Welcome to another one of my trip reports. Today I will be flying with QantasLink in their business class product down to Sydney. Today's trip report begins at the Sunshine Coast Airport Motel. The Sunshine Coast, or Maroochydore, is a fairly large town north of Brisbane in the state of Queensland. Home to around 400,000 people spanning across 1,200 kilometres squared, the town holds the title of the 9th largest city in the country. The previous night, I called the local taxi company to book a ride to the airport at 5:15. I received a call from my cab driver, who had no clue where he was going due to my miscommunication between the booking agent. Along the drive to the terminal, we passed by the outer fence of the airport, giving me good views of the aircraft on the apron, including a certain QantasLink 717. After paying my driver and having one last chat with him, who's a pretty cool dude, I made my way inside the small terminal. Check-in for Qantas is located in the centre of the building, next to Jetstar and Bonza. Despite being a small airport, there is a dedicated priority lane for business class passengers, Platinum 1, Platinum, Gold, Silver and Club members, which didn't make it feel too exclusive, but considering I was one of the very few people who used it, it was a little special. Once checked in, I made my way back outside to the entrance for security. It felt a little bit odd walking outside, but it gave me one last chance to absorb the heat of Queensland before entering the freezing cold terminal. Once inside, security was very easy and super friendly this morning. Past security is a small food court with only a salad bar and barista open at this early hour, which was understandable. Saving room for the plane, however, I decided to not buy anything, and I took a seat with the rest of my fellow passengers. Unfortunately, there are no lounges here at the airport, so I was stuck waiting until the pre-boarding call was made, and once it had been made, I proceeded to my gate, which today will be Gate 1. Stepping outside, I got my first proper view of my aircraft, which today is a Boeing 717-200, registered Victor Hotel, Yankee Quebec Whiskey. The aircraft has had an interesting history, first flying for Midwest Airlines of the United States in 2006 under November 928 Mike Echo, before moving to Mexicana Click in 2009. Then being re-registered to its current registration and moving to QantasLink, where it was painted in the Discover Tasmania livery and nicknamed the Tassie Devil, making this aircraft 17 years old. QantasLink 717s have two different configurations. This particular aircraft is in a 2-class configuration with 12 business class seats in a 2-2 configuration and 98 economy class seats in a 2-3 layout. This morning I shall be seated in 3 Foxtrot. The business class seat has 37 inches of pitch and 20 inches of width. In the center console is a tray table that folds out, down and extends. The table itself is fairly sturdy and is around 1.5 times the size of a laptop. In the seat pocket, you'll find a safety card, magazine and air sickness bags. In the seat in front is a USB-A port, and in the center console is a universal power outlet. Above are individual air vents, reading lights, and flight attendant call button. pushed back from gate 1 right on time. Around 20 minutes after pushed back, we commenced our taxi to runway 12 via Bravo, Bravo 1, Alpha, Alpha 2 and runway 31. Now please enjoy this unedited takeoff footage. After takeoff, we continued over the ocean, turning south towards Brisbane. Flight time today is 1 hour and 22 minutes, covering a distance of 580 miles or 933 kilometers, cruising at 36,000 feet. Once underway to Sydney, we flew over Moreton Bay, giving the right side of the aircraft spectacular views of Brisbane, including the CBD and suburbs. Also in the distance was RAF Base Amberley, home to Australia's Boeing FA-18 Super Hornet fighters, C-17 Globemasters and KC-30A multi-role tanker aircraft, which are modified A330s. Soon, the in-flight service commenced, and we were served a choice of tea, coffee, juices, water, being still and sparkling, a pack of fruit ups, a honey and macadamia banana bread, and apricot pastry, which was warm and very tasty. The pastry itself was crumbly enough to melt in your mouth without being dry, and the apricot inside was very delicious. I usually don't like apricot, but today I decided to give it a go, and I'm so glad I did. The banana bread was very good, however I couldn't taste any honey, and there were macadamia nuts spread all across the top. I also asked for a coffee. I personally recommend getting 2 sugars for coffee on board flights, as it makes the usual terrible coffee drinkable. But today I only needed 1, as the coffee was very good. Inside the fruit ups was dried up fruit, including apple, pear and sultanas. I'll be honest, they were very tasty, but I couldn't handle more than a few bites, as the dehydrated fruit made me a little nauseous. On board this particular 717 are 2 bathrooms, one at the front for business and one at the back for economy. Usually you'd find both at the rear. Inside is everything you'd expect for a small bathroom, nothing particular to note. In time, we also passed over the regional New South Wales town of Armidale. Soon we commenced our descent into Sydney. Whilst on approach into Sydney, we made a series of left and right hand turns, giving the right hand side of the aircraft an excellent view of the city below. Now please enjoy this unedited landing footage. We taxied back to the terminal via Bravo 9, Bravo 2 to Gate 9. We pulled into the gate 2 minutes ahead of schedule. Other than the Embraer E190, the Boeing 717 is the only aircraft in the entire QantasLink fleet that has business class. QantasLink have done an excellent job of creating a small yet comfortable and premium feeling business class cabin in such a small jet. However, there are a lot of problems. A few things to praise is the comfort level in the seat, which is dark stitched leather. The next thing to praise is the crew members who went above and beyond. This jet arrived at the Sunshine Coast Airport the previous day. I know this because I saw it on the ground whilst I was disembarking on my previous flight. However, despite this, there was limited catering on board, which does and doesn't make sense. Shouldn't the plane be filled with everything required? The aircraft did eventually return to the Sunshine Coast around 2 hours after arriving in Sydney. Maybe it was unfortunate timing. I have no clue. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to push that notification bell if you enjoy my content, and I hope to see you again in the next one. See you later!